The next thing we need to do is install a CMS or a content management system. Now, it's okay if you use WordPress for every single website. WordPress is on millions, if not billions of websites, so it's not a footprint. It's not something they could really track you on. And a reminder you got to think about too is a footprint is not just usually one, it can be one thing. Like if you're using a plugin that's used on private blog networks a lot, they can track you from that one plugin and penalize your website. But usually what would happen is they would track your website. They would do a manual review. So they would take a look at the website and they would say, is this website valuable or is this just another crappy private blog network that some spammy SEO is setting up? So if they were to do a massive ban where they just banned websites based on one footprint and you happen to have that footprint, you could reinstate the website in Google Webmaster Tools and tell them why they were wrong. It does take a little bit of time, but that's something that you could do just in case you got penalized. But the way that we set up private blog networks, the chances of getting penalized if you follow my instructions directly will be very slim. So the next thing you need to do is install WordPress or the CMS. So we're here in the cPanel, and I need to open cPanel again. That's the hosting control panel. I need to go to cPanel itself. And every host is different. Like right now I'm using Bluehost. If we were on HostGator, this would look entirely different. You just have to remember that you need to find the cPanel. So we're going to go to install WordPress, and it's going to install, instead of us doing it manually, this uses scripts or almost like a software to install it. So we want to do this manually. They're asking if we want to do it paid, if someone wants to do it for us. So I'm clicking avoidance.com. It's going to check if it's available to install on there. What it's doing is checking if there's any previous installations. So it's totally okay to go. I've read the terms and conditions, and I am going to I would put the email of the persona. So this doesn't give us, it does give us an email actually, but we would use the email that we bought from that Fiverr creator. So I'm going to install, copy this admin password. It's installing right now. And what happens as it's installing, once it's installed, it's going to be complete. But the thing is we need to edit the settings here in WordPress. So it's asking me if I want to buy any themes for the website. I'm all set. So the install is still underway. It's still going. We'll let that finish. And basically, when we change these settings, we're just, like I said, with the persona, we put it in our registrar, we put it in our hosting in cPanel, but now we need to put our persona in the WordPress website. So these are the settings that we need to change. We need to go to Settings, General, and we need to change the website URL to the highest power version of the website. So if you remember, let's take a look at the stats of the domain that I'm using. AbleVet Enterprises. So the www dot version or the subdomain has 10 and 29 for trust flow and citation flow. If we go to the root domain, you can see it's a bit worse. It's 5 and 12. So the most powerful version of this domain, the most backlinks were pointed to the www version. So inside WordPress, there's a setting where we can change that if someone types in with or without the www, it will redirect to the most powerful one. So let's see if this is finished. The install is complete. Let's view the credentials. And we'll sign in. So every installer is different on every different host. This one gives you the username, password, and stuff. I would just copy and paste this and save it somewhere. So we're going to sign in. And we're going to go over the settings that we need to change inside WordPress to not only not leave a footprint, but to just set up in general. So like I said, we need to go to Settings, General. And it does forward to the www version, which is great. As you can see, it's here. So the most powerful version is there. Now, we would change the site title, the tagline, the email address to the one that we purchased from Hotmail, the Fiverr guy, and never use the same email on multiple. Once you use that email on one persona, that's it. We then need to go to settings, permalinks. And permalinks just are the way that your post looks, or the URL of your post. So I always do post name. So this, like if we created a post called roofing for beginners, it would have ablevetenterprises.com/roofing for beginners. So we're going to save changes. And we're going to go to users, your profile, and we're going to fill out the your profile with the persona. So the little users here on the side, your profile. And as you can see here, we have the first name, last name, the nickname, the email address, the one we got from the Hotmail creator on Fiverr for this specific persona. And then we would just put a little biographical summary like, hi, my name is, what was the gentleman's name? James F. Jimenez, and I am a roofing contractor, whatever this website is about. You need to fill out this profile entirely. And it needs to be the same as your cPanel, your hosting information, and your registrar. So make sure everything is the same across all of them. We then need to install a theme. So we would go to Appearance, Themes, we're in here. Now WordPress always comes with like 3 or 4 themes installed, but what we need to do is we need to just add a new one. We're going to go back to browse. And what we want to do is wordpress.org/themes. So I click that little button up top. Now we're going to go to feature filter, and what we want to do is the post format. So we want the post to be full. So 1 column. So let's see. This looks pretty good. We're going to install Polymer, and I'm going to activate it. Okay, so now if I go to the home page, I should have this theme exactly there. Okay. So let's check if this theme has a footer link in it, because what happens is the creators of these WordPress themes usually include a footer link. So as you can see, he did copyright 2015, my site, powered by WordPress, and Stargazer. So the creator of this theme is called Stargazer. And as you can see, we have 2 links going outbound on here. We have 1, 2. We don't want that. We want the these links to not be pointing out, because they're wasting power of this website. They're wasting link juice. We only want to point out to websites that we want to rank, not other websites like this guy, Stargazer or WordPress. It's just wasting link juice. So we're going to go back to the themes area by going to Appearance, Themes, and we're going to click Editor down here. Now, this is a child theme, so it's using the parent theme, Stargazer. You may have to click that. And we're going to go down to Footer, if we can find it. There it is, Footer. Even if it gives you the warning, don't worry about it. So you can see here it says credit, P-class credit. That is the credit that we saw for the copyright. So we're going to delete anything where we see all this PHP code. And you want to, usually it's called a div. So this is a paragraph the way they coded it. But as you can see, that it says div class. So it's usually in between there. So we can just delete that and click update. And then when we go back to the home page, hopefully it got rid of those links on the bottom. It did. See how they're not there? So now we're saving link juice. So the next step is we need to install WordPress plugins. Now the way that you would get there is you would go over here, go back to the admin dashboard. And I like how in WordPress you can click this to go back and forth. Like if I click this, it goes to the home page. If I click that, it goes back to the dashboard. We're going to click on plugins here. And usually WordPress has some already installed. So I'm going to delete all of them. Especially Akismet, not Akismet, Akismet. Akismet leaves a footprint for private blog networks, so we want to delete that. So once that's done, what we want to do is we want to install one of these for every category. So we have a total of 6 categories. SEO. So this is going to, do the SEO plugin of your pages so you can optimize the pages for SEO. Maybe the website will get traffic in general, especially if we're building like a roofing website right now where we have roofing articles on there and things that are actually valuable to search engines, so they may rank. And then we have link juice. So we want to keep all of the link juice that goes to the website. Now, the thing is let's take this website, avoidance.com. We're going to go use this tool called Wayback Machine. Wayback Machine lets you look at websites in the old archives of Google. So let's browse the history of this website and we can see what it looked like maybe 5-10 years ago or something. And we'll notice probably, so let's look back in 2010. AbleVet Enterprises, cool. So it's definitely a website that was in construction or roofing, which is very cool. So we know that, we have a very relevant backlink here. Now you can see that their menu, they have like contact pages, emergency core pages, 2-hour over the counter. So they had other pages and we don't know what those pages are. And there's definitely backlinks pointing to those pages. So what happens when those backlinks from these old websites that are still pointing to those pages point there? Well, it's going to hit them and it's going to give it an error called 404. So we need a plugin that keeps link juice. And these are the 404 redirection, backlink saver, link juice keeper. So when you install those, it takes all those 404 pages that no longer exist and it redirects everything back to the home page. So you're basically, if any visitor comes to the website from an old link, like for example, ablevetenterprises.com/contact, that may no longer exist. It's just going to forward them back to the home page. And then it's going to redirect all of those backlinks to your home page, which is great. You also want some social integration. Remember, you're only choosing one of these, and you never want to choose the same one over and over again. You want to always mix it up because it'll leave a footprint if you do the same ones over and over again on every website. You want a contact form. You want to put some spam protection because you don't want some spam comments or people trying to hijack your PBN and putting links to their websites on it. Then you want to keep backups daily. Very important because your PBN could go down any day, so you want to make sure you have backups. You also want to make sure you block bots. So the way that this works is, for example, if we were to take a website in Google, let's just search roofing contractor Boston, Mass. We see that, let's look for someone real, Olin Roofing. So we take this gentleman here, olinroofing.com, and let's put him into Majestic. And we'll look at his backlinks. We can see that he has, I never really look at the URL, I always look at the subdomain or the root domain. We can see that he has about 2,000 backlinks, and we can see where they're even from, they're referring domains. So what I could do is I could take this and I could go out to every single one of these websites, and remember we talked about that broken link method where you can scan a website to see if there's any broken links. Well, I could export this. I could download the data, put it into my program, like Xenu, crawl all of these websites and see if there's any broken links. And remember, those links would be pointing from the website, so from roofingnook.com to other websites. If that domain no longer exists, I can register it, and now I have a backlink from roofingnook.com, and I can point that backlink to our new website, our money website. So I can basically steal the backlinks of a competitor. So what you want is you don't want your competitors to be able to see your backlinks. So you need a bot blocker because Majestic SEO, what we were just using to scan backlinks, is essentially a bot. It scans the internet and it finds what backlinks exist and everything. It looks at Google databases and it reports back to you what backlinks every website has. So you don't want people to be able to see your private blog network, especially Google. So blocking it with one of these tools, Spider Spanker costs money, so I would use it only on a few private blog networks or PBN domains, but link privacy works, and the HT access method is my favorite. I'll show you guys how to do that shortly. You then want to have a privacy policy, so terms of service generator. These are 3 plugins that do it. And again, a footprint warning, never use the same combination of plugins on 2 BVN sites. So I'm going to go install all the plugins on the WordPress site because that takes a little bit of time, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when all of them are installed and the settings that I did and everything. But before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about content. So you're going to need articles for your website. So for example, this website, I said I wanted to do roofing. I'm going to need articles on roofing. So I went out to a website called iWriter.com, and it's usually about $12 an article for a 500 to 1,000 word article. Now, when I say never same here, I mean that you never want the same amount of words for every article. That's just obvious that you're just copying and pasting things. And you want to make sure they're niche relevant. So they need to be in roofing or home improvement for the example we're using here. And you want to post 2 to 3 new articles on random days every month. So across your private blog network, let's say you have 10 expired domains, all in the roofing niche, because remember, you're building every private blog network just for one niche. Make sure that you're posting 2 to 3 new articles on every site randomly throughout the month. Then you also want to create like pages that are always on every website, like, about us, services, frequently asked questions, tips, resources, privacy policy in terms of service will be auto-generated by those plugins I told you about. Events, workshops, and you can put a little calendar maybe on there. You want to take a little time with these expired domains. The thing that I notice a lot of people doing in a lot of services, PBN building services, is they'll go out there and they'll build you websites, but they're poor quality. You want to really build this website as a resource, as a valuable resource. So I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to install all the plugins, and then we'll go over those a little bit. And then after that, I'm going to teach you guys how to link out to your money website. So now that we've built this domain or this private blog network, how do we link from it inside the article to our money website? I'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back. So I installed all the plugins. I chose all-in-one SEO pack for the SEO plugin, all-in-one WP security for security, contact form 7, link juice keeper to redirect all 404 or non-existing pages back to the home page, Shareaholic for social signals, and WP HT access editor to show you how to block the bots so competitors can't see your private blog network linking to your money website. So we're going to go here into WP HT access, and we're going to leave that for end WordPress. And what we're going to do is copy and paste from this text file I'm going to give you. This text file is going to block every single backlink scanner you can think of. So no one's going to be able to see your private blog network. If they scan your money website ranking in Google, they're not going to be able to know where your website is getting backlinks from or how you're ranking in the first place. They're going to think that you don't have any backlinks. So you're going to click Save File, and we should be good to go. The htaccess file should be there. It is good to go. We saved it. So the next thing we want to do is we want to go to Appearance and Widgets. Now, I'm going to open, how you can click this to open the website. I just opened it in a new tab. I want to get rid of these widgets on the side, and then we're going to add our articles. So we can leave the search bar, we can leave recent posts, we can leave recent comments. I'm going to get rid of meta. Let me see what else. I'm going to get rid of archives, and we'll leave categories. Okay, beautiful. So we can leave that like that. Then we're going to go to posts. We're going to get rid of the hello world post. And I already went to iWriter, and I got 3 articles written. So I'm going to open up this article, which is excellent tips and tricks on roof repair. And we're going to paste that article in there. And then you would do the SEO for this. So all-in-one SEO pack allows you to edit the title, the description, the keywords, and everything you need to. So you do want to include some pictures in here. So let me show you a little trick with finding images for your private blog network, because you don't want to pay for stock images. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in roofing. We're going to go to images, and here it says search tools on Google. You want to click usage rights and labeled for reuse. And there you go. You can use any of these pictures without being sued, for copyright. So I'm going to view this image. I'm going to copy the image URL. Go to add new post, add media, insert from URL. And you can link to your money site if you want to with the alt text or the anchor text. But right now I'm just going to insert into the post. So let's go ahead and publish that. And let's see how it looks on the home page. It's very important. You're going to see that on the home page, the post needs to show not the preview, but the entire thing. So let's see if it shows just the preview. Yeah, see. So the reason, let me show you why this wouldn't work. Let's say that we had a link in here. So maybe we wanted to link with this anchor text, because you never really want to link with the exact anchor text, especially since the penguin penalty has been released in the last couple of years. So the URL, let's just put something in there for now. Let's say that our website was www.roofingbymario.com, and the link text is that. So there's the link. That would be our backlink. Now let me update this, and you're going to see what happens. Remember that 404 or that plugin we installed, Link Juice Keeper, that redirects all of the links or redirects all of the pages that no longer exist on this expired domain to the home page? Well, what's going to happen is when you install that domain, after about a week or two of your domain being hosted on a new host and being live, is tons of power is going to go to the home page. And the home page of your domain, of your private blog network domain, is going to be the most powerful. So you want the link in the article to show on the home page. And as you can see right now, it doesn't, because it's showing only the summary. And the link is down here at the bottom. Try spraying your roof down. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if this theme allows us to show the entire post. So we're going to go to Settings, Reading. For each article in a feed, show full text. So it looks like that this one does not. Now you have an option. You can get a plugin that enables the full text. So let me see if I can find it. I don't remember the name exactly. Enable full post WordPress. Let's you know what? Let's just grab another theme. So let's go to themes, and I'm going to use one of the ones that actually already came with WordPress. You wouldn't want to use these, so just remember to look for a theme that is very different but also allows the full post. So we're going to do full text, save. Let's go to the home page and see if it shows the full text. See how the full text is there? So we would edit the widgets like we did in the other theme, and then we would edit this footer down here in the editor. So we would go to Appearance, Editor, and edit the footer. Appearance, Editor. And we would go down to here to footer.php. And see how it says div class site info. Just remove that. Update. Just wanted to show you guys this again so you know really quick. Cool. So that link is now on the home page, and it is going to not show the summary, it shows the full text, so your link is not being cut off. So let me go back to dashboard, and we'll go back to our plugins. So Link Juice Keeper is going to be automatic. It just will redirect everything. Contact form. The reason why we downloaded this is we want to create a page called About Contact, and we want to insert a contact form. So I'm going to open up contact forms. I can imagine that you guys see the trend here and what I'm doing and how to do this. And we're going to paste that there, click publish. And then if you don't remember, we also need a privacy policy in terms of service. So I'm going to download this. Auto terms of service and privacy policy. We're going to go to plugins. I'm just moving a little bit faster now, guys, because pretty easy to set up. So we're going to install that, activate plugin, and we are going to go to auto TOS and PP within settings, we're going to on and display, and you can fill in all those settings. It just asks for your name and all the specifics. You can, put the persona's name in there and everything. So if we go to menus, we should now have that menu that has the contact page there. So we're gonna create that menu, and then we're gonna make it show up. We're gonna save it, and we're gonna make it show up on the home page. Primary menu, manage locations. So now we just need to see if it created the terms of service. Delete that sample page. We'll go back to terms of service, full name. I'll just put my name for now. Domain name, put that there. Venue, Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts. Okay, so now we have our shortcodes. So we can take my terms of service. We're going to go to page. This plugin requires you to create the pages. Some of the other ones don't. That's why I got a little confused there. So this is my terms of service and privacy policy together. We're going to click publish. And once that's published, we're going to go back to the menu, and we're going to create a separate menu actually for that. So let me close these two pages, and let's create a new menu, and it's going to be the widget menu, because you don't really want the my terms of service in the main menu. So we're going to call this TOS and privacy policy. Then we're going to go back to widgets. This isn't going to be the same on every single website. As you can tell, I'm really customizing this, but that's the point. Each website should be very unique. Every private blog network that you create should be very unique. So now we have a terms of service and a privacy policy. We have our contact page. There's the contact. Let's see if our privacy policy. So let me go to the plugin settings. We're going to turn that on. Let's go back. There it is. You have a terms of service and a privacy policy, all figured out. And it already, put my name and everything in there too. We would put the persona's name in there, of course. So we go back to the home page, and we would upload the other articles that we got. So I have 2 more articles. Don't really need to do them. I'm pretty sure you guys get the idea. Make sure that you change the SEO settings and you link out correctly and everything. So to recover, don't use the same username on each website. Use a different theme for each website. It's okay to use WordPress on each website. Make sure that you don't use the same plugins on every single website, and make sure that you don't use a plugin that leaves a unique footprint. Like, for example, Akismet and some others require you to enter a license code. Now, if you have the same license code on every single website, it's clear that you're all owned by the same person. You want to use a different privacy policy on each. I would have an About Us page. And then a question that I get a lot is, do I install Google Analytics, Google AdSense, or Webmaster Tools? I do not. I stay away from every Google product that I can. Like you saw, I don't use Gmail. I use Yahoo and Hotmail and stuff like that also. Don't try and monetize the blogs for yourself, but you do want to install some monetization. This can be really time consuming, but it makes it more natural looking to a manual review. So what I mean by don't try and monetize the blog for yourself is don't link back to your own products. Just do random products. So use a different affiliate code or advertiser number, etc. for each site. So if you're using ClickBank or something like that, use a different ClickBank account for every single one. Everything you needs to be unique to that specific persona. Every website is a specific persona. It's important for manual reviews because a site that shows no signs of monetization is going to be open to more scrutiny. So we use that plugin, remember, in Link Juice Keeper, and it redirected all of the old URLs to the homepage. This will maintain all the metrics. Like I said, PR doesn't matter. And a plugin that we installed, Link Juice Keeper, helps with that. So again, vary the plugins that are used. This is just a little cheat sheet for you guys. And vary the permalink structure from site to site. Vary how the site is built, and don't use the same plugins. But for varying the permalink structure, let me just hop back over to the dashboard. Remember when we went to settings and then permalinks, I used post name. So on some of them you would use month and name, some of them use day and name. Just really randomize it up. You don't want to keep all the same settings. So right now we have a private blog network here. I mean, what I would do is add a logo. I would change this up. I'd make the sidebar look pretty. But what we can do now is we can link out to our money site. So let me show you guys what you need to do when linking out to your money site.